Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketch Room. My name is Jason Sketch, and I'm super excited to bring you guys more Marvel Champions content. Today we are finishing up our final week of the LEDT, and I'm super excited about it. It's going to be week 4 of this event, and it's been a blast. Thank you guys for letting me do this, and it's been a lot of fun hanging out with Abby's Mall. My name is Jeff, and of course, Solo Marvel Champion. Be sure to check all of their channels out. They should be linked down in the description below. But today we're finishing up our final week by building our last 2 decks. I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to be facing Ebony Maw and Expert. Let's head on down to Marvel CDB. Hey, I said it right this time. And let's start building some decks. I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, welcome down to Marvel CDB. I'm pretty excited about it and hope you guys are as well. We are here getting ready to record and edit this deck, build the deck here for Silk. So I thought it was kind of wild, right? Like you guys are probably all thinking, wow, Jason, you clearly said the very first week that you don't like Silk, and I don't. But maybe this is a chance for me to learn how to play her a little bit differently, a little bit better, especially since it is the LEDT. I'm in a limited environment, and it just gives me a chance to try to test a few things out. We've got a kind of few things with the Web Warrior stuff coming along with her and Spider-Ham being connected together. So I've got a few pieces that might work well for me. So let's check it out and see if we can make a cool deck work. I thought first and foremost, though, I wanted to build her in aggression. And you guys probably all know why. Spider-Woman. I think doing a Web Warrior cycling would be a lot of fun, and why not? Ping damage is just the beauty of all things, so quote me on that. Ping damage is the beauty of all things. I see you, Steggy. You're already typing it in the comments. Alright, so Web Warrior build here. We're going to do an aggression, so let's get all of the, of course, basic Web Warrior nonsense here. So what do they need? The Warrior of the Great Web? No, we don't need that. We already have Web Warrior. What else do we need? We probably have supports that we need to get. Yes, Web of Life and Destiny. There's an event that lets you look for Web Warriors. Let's see. That was called something super awesome. And I had a good time with Spider-Ham learning some Web Warrior stuff, so hopefully now that I have a better idea of what that all looks like, this will give me a chance to figure it out a little bit better, especially when I'm playing it in a different, there it is, across the Spider-Verse, a different aspect. Okay, let's just get some of those spider allies out there that we know we're going to use. So, Scarlet Spider, let's see, when you would reveal an encounter card, name a card type, then look at that card. If that card is the name type, deal 1 damage to Scarlet Spider and draw a card. Man, this would be super fire in like Falcon and finding a way to make Falcon a Web Warrior. Or getting another Web Warrior down and then having Scarlet Spider there. I don't think Kane is going to be the one we want. We do want SPDR. We do want Spider-Man. I thought we had a few more than that. Last time we played it, I thought I had a few more. Let's see. Madam Web. Yes. And she's good. She might combo well with Scarlet Spider. After Madam Web enters play, look at the top X cards in the counter deck, where X is the number of Web Warrior cards you control. You may discard 1 card, look at it this way, and put the rest back in any order. Well, I mean, why not? At the very least, even if I can't guess right, still a 4 health ally. So let's just go ahead and bring him along to get a few more things going there for us. Okay. I really want Sync to be a Web Warrior, but she's not. Alright, Rock is really cool. Professor X, it never hurts to have him come along. Nick Fury. We'll put him there for now, but we may end up trading him out. Mockingbird's not bad, especially when she comes with that stun. But we'll just have to check out and see. If we really want her in the deck or not. I think waiting is going to be key. So In Alter Ego, I don't think Cindy Moon, she has Genius, yep. So does she have the shield trait at all? There's no shield trait at all, at all, at all, at all. So let's jump around and see what else we could use. Another support. I mean, I do like front organization. I don't think Ebony Maw has anything major that makes me discard stuff. But I do like it. So we're going to have it there for now just in case. I feel like Avengers Mansion is just going to get in the way. I really wish I had Genius at this point. We'll get Helicarrier in there. We may decide to change that around. Let's head over. We got lots of room here. I wish I had... Well, let's go ahead and get the resources, right? Energy, Genius, Strength. I really wish I had a power of in all of us, but I don't have access to that, so... any side schemes here? Nope. Let's go to aggression. And I don't think there's any events that I'm like, oh yeah, I should be taking that. First aid may not be bad. But really, we're trying to cycle the spiders a lot so we can get that ping damage with Spider Woman. So I don't think we need to do anything there. Multi-talented might be fun. Though I always end up getting rid of that card, so... My hope is with Cindy Moon, too, is to use her to kind of tuck away a lot of Ebony Maw's spells, or some of the big Black Order villains to get them out of the way. For 3 defense is going to be nice. Oh, while we're here, endurance, of course. Don't think we're going to super need it, but the amount of times that it's been helpful has been wild. All right, we're going to go back to aggression. And we're going to go to ally here. Brawn, Bug. Bug do. After a hero makes a basic attack, heal 1 damage from Bug, which I really want to go the deck around Bug at some point. But it just may take me some time to get there. I don't think I have... I have a shield sidearm, but it only attaches to shield characters. Martial prowess never hurts. The resource generator. I can't play Men on the Wall. I'm not trying to focus on Cindy Moon doing big hits. I'm actually using her to defend. Follow through. When your hero attacks, deal any amount of excess damage. Increase that by 1. That is an interesting thought because she does have that overkill damage with her swinging web kick. And if I can get her to pop off some swinging web kicks, and I have a follow through or 2 on there, that gives me a couple more points of damage. Let's toss like 2 on there for now and come back to it. Combat training. I don't plan on doing basic attacks with her, so I think that's just going to get in my way. Aggressive stance. After you engage a minion, discard this card, search your deck for an attack event, and add it to your hand. Shuffle. Cost me 1. This could help me find my swinging web kick. Might be smart to go ahead and grab that too. Have a couple of those. Help me cycle through and find those swinging web kicks. Ports. Yep. Attack team. Remove 1 attack counter from here and deal 2 damage to an enemy. It doesn't count as an attack. It clears toughs. It costs 3 to get on the table. That is wild. I do like Bellerophon. Wow. Bellerophon. I don't know if that's going to be a critical piece or not. The War Room is just annoying. After an ally attacks and defeats a minion, remove 1 threat from a scheme. That's not going to be worth my time. So, I do like the power of aggression. to help play Spider-Woman, maybe? But aggressive stance costs 1. Martial prowess, once it gets on the table, it's already there. Go to the follow-throughs. And then this just gets in the way. So let's just see what else we end up with first. No side schemes, events. You'll pay for that. I don't know if I've ever seen this card. Oh, it's a whole card, that's why. After a villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each damage you took from that attack. Maximum of 5. That's interesting. It cost me 1 to play it. And then it allows me to clear some threat if I'm really worried about threat. I think with the amount of allies I'm going to get on the table, though, I'm not too terribly worried about that. So I'm not going to worry about this right now. Chase them down. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from a drop kick. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using a fist resource, draw a card and stun them. And stunning enemy maul wouldn't be bad. You've got room in the deck right now. Let's run. I'm gonna run 3 of these. Firepower is not gonna be a good thing for her to do. Though we can run the firepower build, but it's gonna just, I think, muck up what we're trying to do here. We're really trying to focus on getting the warriors down. Dropkick may be too expensive. Go to 0 here. Into the fray. Deal 6 damage to a menu for each point of excess damage dealt by this attack. Remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Wish I could get the overkill, but into the fray feels good too. Stun on the drop kick. Let's grab 2 of those, and let's grab 2 into the fray. Looking for trouble. I don't really want to do that. Melee is kind of nice because you need to do 3 damage here and 3 damage there. It's still a 3 cost. I need to look for cheaper events. I think I need to find some cheaper events. I'm going to triumph. After you attack and defeat an enemy, deal 1 damage from hero for each point of excess damage dealt to the enemy by this attack. Really liking that too. You play that with the swinging web kick. 1 by 1. That might be a good one. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, deal 2 damage to an enemy. That's not terrible. Especially since she's got more expensive cards, right? I don't have really a big resource generators. Well, but if I get martial prowess and I get helicarrier down, we're doing okay. So relentless assault. Deal 5 damage to a minion. If you pay for this using a fist resource, attack gains overkill. Which makes this really a classic card. It cost me 2. I'm fighting minions. It's going to be helpful. If not, I can just use it to pay for other stuff instead. Because there's going to be minions in the way. And being able to do overkill damage is nice. I think I'm going to run 2 of these. And we're going to go back and look at that follow through. We do have some follow throughs. So I think comboing Relentless Assault and Swinging Web Kick will be nice. There are some minions. And then on top of that, once we defeat those minions, they get tucked, which is helpful. And you can use them to cycle and draw more cards or other fun things. Pulling for a fight. No, that is the this cartel. You get a minion and then you ready your hero. Why would I need to ready Silk? I'm just using her to defend. The only reason you'd want to get minions in is to make sure you get... Ooh. Ooh, okay. The ready isn't bad. Already isn't bad at all. Let's change some things here. We are going to do Into the Fray. I think we're going to get rid of Dropkick. I think I want to run 3 Relentless Assaults. We are going to go ahead and take, I think, 2 Spoiling for Fights and 2 Looking for Troubles. Because here's my thought. And I'm at 44 cards right now, so we got to make sure we're like doing okay. Also toe-to-toe. This is where they attack and deal 5 damage to an enemy. Yeah. It only costs you 1, so you're really just using your health as a resource. That might actually have been really good in like Hulk or something. Actually be super good in Hulk. But here's my thought is I'm using Into the Fray is going to be a big part of like, okay, we're going to maybe help kind of handle the main scheme a little bit if we need to. But it's not a necessary card. So we're aiming to do excess damage at this point, and I think that is the goal. I wish I had Overkill him, but with Relentless Assault and Swinging Web Kick, we're doing overkill damage anyways. But that doesn't necessarily matter. And then if we get to these follow-throughs on the table, those will add on to that benefit there. We're kind of comboing the Web Warrior kit and the overkill damage. It's really going to depend on what we want to do in the long term and what we can afford. Makes me curious though. Do I want aggression, resources, the power of aggressions? I don't think so. Now I do want to try to minimize this back down to closer to 42 cards. Is there anything that I need to get rid of? The aggressive stance is nice because it helps me find attack events. So we really want to keep that. If we're going to really do this cycling of getting... Yeah, we're going to do that. That's going to stick around. Martial prowess is going to stick around. Endurance needs to stick around. Front organization. I'm going to regret this, but it's going to go away. Holy Carrier and Web Warrior. Web Life and Destiny need to be around. Nick is debatable. Scarlet Spider is also debatable. With you being 4 cost, Scarlet Spider, that would basically be my entire hand. Get you on the table. Unless I get you an alter ego with some doubles. SPDR is great. And you want her to take excess consequential damage. So that's not hard to do. Plus she comes in and does 2 thwart. Sticks around, you can do another 2 thwart. Or you can have her defend for you. You just keep cycling. And really using her to cycle with Spider-Woman will be clutch. So, Spider-Man here. I mean, he's nice. Once he gets on the table, he'll be there to be helpful, and he gives readies. And then when he leaves, he can just come back. So, I think we do get rid of Scarlet Spider. I don't see myself playing him. I think he's just going to be annoying in the cost. We can always come back to that later. And then Professor X and Nick Fury. I do think I want to keep Professor X because you never know when you need that confuse. Nick Fury, I feel like I might have too many minion looking cards too. He's gonna have quite a few, I think. Go to Hall of Heroes. Nope. That's not Hall of Heroes. Oh, come on, Jason. There we go. And we were looking at it a little bit earlier. I was, at least. Night Titan Shadow. Let's go to Ebony Maw. He himself doesn't have a lot because he's using those spells, but he does get Armies of Thanos and Black Order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts us at 6 minions in there. This overkill build really gonna be worth it with just 6 minions. That's the question. I think this would be a fun deck. I think we need more minions to contend with. But 6 can be a lot in a deck too. I almost want to run Children of Thanos with the Black Order just to even that out a little bit more, but man. Then we also have encounter cards. Cards does he have in his kit? That'll help him navigate how fast. He's got 22. But that will cycle through his spells quite a bit too. Do that. And we're not gonna look for minions all the time, right? Like, we got other things we gotta do. I think we need to do one less relentless assault, probably. There we go. And then looking for trouble versus spoiling for a fight. A ready never hurts. Especially if the tough comes on the table. I need that piercing damage. Prefer readying over um this. So I think the other card we will get rid of for now. Well, Nick has his own benefits. That's the problem. But if I just focus mostly on spider people, I think I can keep cycling spider people and finding them faster. And that's really what we want to do here. Really am liking the way this is filling out now. The question is, am I going to want Nick over looking for trouble or not? I think Into the Fray is good. Deal 6 damage. Oh, they're both minion dealing cards here. So, Jason, you need to consider that. We're going to go back to events then. And what we're going to do, we're going to do drop kick instead. And get rid of Into the Fray. Yes. Follow through is going to be nice when you can get a big combo off of some of those minions. And I think we don't need to heavily focus on that. We can turn around and focus on, okay, we can stun here the big bad with the drop kicks. And that's our big 3 cost deal. Are there any other, like, things I need to be aware of that can do some stunning? I could do 3 drop kicks. Especially with martial prowess in the deck, I'll have a fist resource. Let's do 3 drop kicks and get 3 stuns. And then we're going to get rid of 1 looking for trouble. I think having 1 looking for trouble in the deck is going to be nice for that clutch moment of I need to clear some threat and I don't know what to do. Looking for trouble will be helpful for that part, and then hopefully I can help take care of that. Aggressive stance is just nice in general. Let me find an attack event, even on my ult when it happens in the villain phase. I think it gives a little bit of variety there. I'm liking the way this looks. Let me know y'all's thoughts. This is rounding out pretty neat. And I think it's going to be much better than the builds that I've tried in the past with Silk. So let's do that. LEDT. First. Ebony Maw. Alright. This is going to be fun. It's going to be very different than anything else I've tried before. But I think key things to remember is getting Web Warrior package moving if we can. But having these extra things available to me. Especially if I need them. But once we start doing a bunch of ping damage with Spider-Woman, that'll be great. And if we can get SPDR down twice in one turn, that's wild too. So I don't have a way to ready them, but this is going to be great. I think this is going to be awesome. Let me know y'all's thoughts. And I will be excited to see them. So. Alright. I'm going to head on to the next hero, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, guys. We're at our last hero here. I'm going to play Maria Hill. Now, y'all might be laughing because you're going, you know exactly what you're going to do here, Jason. You're just going to try to blow up Ebony Maw before he even gets a chance to fire off any spells. Yeah, pretty much. So, I know she's a pretty powerful hero. I've played her once or twice. She's a lot of fun. We're just going to build a leadership build here. Because that was one of my goals for this time, was not to build a aggression build. So, I figured a leadership build would be great. No protection. Sorry, no protection for the last week. I played a lot of protection this season. I want to try an aggression and a leadership and do something outside of protection. So I could have used Maria Hill and lots of other places to blow people up. Figured the very last battle, just bombarding for Ebony Maw makes this priceless. So, all right, first and foremost, we're going to get a lot of fun things here. I want to go the leadership route. So we know what upgrade we're going to take. Obviously, we're taking Cersei. And we're going to try to cycle as many allies as we can into this build. So, Triskellion's going to be great. Command teams are going to be awesome. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Each player, if each of your characters are a shield trait, this card gains. When you reveal an encounter card, exhaust this card. Cancel the effects of that card and discard it. Then reveal another card from the encounter deck. I mean, why not? We'll run one. Worst is going to happen as that I hate it. What shield allies do we have here? We definitely... You have shield on you? Of course you have Avenger, right? Black Widow has shield. But Hawkeye, nah. Hawkeye's an Avenger. Alright. Maria Hill can't be played. Ronin. Slingshot. Victoria Hand. Victoria Hand enters play. Ready a shield support. Yep. Vision? Nah, I'm good. Go to basic here. We're going to get Dum Dum Dugan. Grant Ward, he's just nice. And he's shield. May kill me. And Web Melinda May. Which Melinda May uses a basic power. Look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may discard it. Cost me 4. Get her on the table. Can't take Junior, but we'll take Senior. Professor X. I mean, am I bombing Ebony Maw? Do I need to worry about confusing him? I don't think so. Rocket Raccoon, Scarlet Spider, SPDR, Spider-Man, and Sync. Okay. So we're in leadership. We're going to go back and we're going to get the rest of the silly nonsense. But we're going to go ahead and grab... where is it? Yeah, organizational support. This is a fire card. So clutch, so good. I don't know if we need to run 3. We'll come back to that decision point here in a little bit. And of course, we'll need the basics. Protection. Upgrade. Support. Pericles. Or med team. See, the Pericles, remove 1 supply counter from it. Give a hero or villain a status card of your choice. Give an ally or minion a status card of your choice. Okay, yeah. Pericles is going to be clutch, I think, because then we can just stun and confuse from that point. Which means we don't really need Professor X. Professor. All right. Leadership. We already have Justice. Douglas. Exhausted Douglas. Remove one operation counter from here. Remove 2 threat from each scheme, ignoring the crisis icon. That's kind of nice. If I get a lot of schemes on the table, it'll help clear a lot of nonsense. Remove exhaust surveillance team and remove 1 snoop counter from it. Remove 1 threat from the scheme, but it cost me 2 to get it on the table. And that's where my illegal card went that last time. Okay. Or no, because I just don't have access to it right now. Okay. It says I have. It says I contain too few cards right now. Okay. Surveillance team. Is not bad. Comes in with 3 snoop counters. It costs me 2, and I can spread those around to other people. I do like the idea of the Douglas because I can just clear a bunch of threat. If I'm doing an ally swarm, I'm going to be able to do a bunch of that anyways. So let's get. What does it say here? You may include the maximum number of copies of 3 shield supports in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. So let's get 2 surveillance teams in. Be able to cycle those through. We may have to come back and get another one. And aggression. The Befeleron. That's a fun card. Exhaust this card, remove 1 missile counter from it, and choose a player. Deal 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with that player, discarding all tough status cards from those enemies first. Boop. Alright. What else do we need here? We need Power of Leadership. That only really helps with like Slingshot and Victoria. The organizational support is going to be the clutch card here. What other supports do we have in basic? Field Deputy. That's nice. Practice plan. Don't really need any of this nonsense, I don't think. We do need Helicarrier. That's a support we can use. None of these guys count as tech, right? They're all vehicles. So they're not really going to be helpful. I do like Fitz and Simmons, but they're not going to be helpful in this build. Sky Destroyer. Anytime I play a shield card. Boom, on the table. Okay. Team building exercise. They're going to be necessary. Maybe in the later game or early game. Let's get a team building exercise on the table. Resource. Side schemes. Events. Nope. And allies. We already did all this. So let's go back to leadership here. We don't need any allies, any events, any. Of course. Silly Jason. Let's make the call. We need a couple of those. Love to have expiring presence, but I can't. Moxie's going to be annoying. Mutant Mayhem is not really helpful here. Lead from the front. Each character that player gets +1 thwart and +1 attack to the end of the phase. Kind of funny that I could use lead from the front and then just boost up like someone like Dum Dum Dugan already. Cost me 2 to do this. I do like the idea of get ready, but if I have command teams on the table, I really don't need get readies necessarily. And once command teams are on the table, then you just cycle through a bunch of nonsense. How many can you have on the table at once? Yeah, you can have 2. So call for aid. Can't. All right, that won't help me here. But making the call once people are on the discard pile, which is kind of funny. If I want to run 3, why not? Side schemes. We already got all of our resources. Ports. Change of shield just could be interesting. Upgrade inspired. Power gloves and reinforced suit. These are all nice, except for the fact that I just don't care. I do care. I like them. I think they're great cards. I don't think they're going to be helpful in this context. So, Army wants to get rid of Grant Ward for now, even though he's 0 cost. Just because of the mental resource nonsense. That's just one more thing I have to keep up with. But he's also 0 cost, and sometimes just getting an ally on the table will be huge. It's not like we can't afford it, right? We get endurance already. Let's get endurance. Getting a little extra health won't hurt. Cool. And then Ace of Shield, I want to try it out and just see. I know that we've collectively said it's a bad card, but I think it'd be helpful. Man, I'm just really trying to figure out what else I could get in her kit here. And I think we got something fun here. I think to make the calls. I like the idea of being at 42. Love Slingshot. Am I going to really... But I might get to a point where I can just bounce her quite a bit. How many lightning resources do we have? We have quite a few. There's mostly Genius, but we have 10 lightning resources. The chances of me not being able to bounce her, I guess 2 of those are technically the energy resource card. Me not being able to bounce her is kind of low, especially we have one of those. And then once a lot of these cards get on the table, it'll be easier to cycle through a lot of that kind of stuff. So there is that to keep in mind. If your senior's nice, or your hand will let me ready supports if I need to. Well, Slingshot and Grant Ward are the 2 cards here that are like, will I really want to spend the time working with them or not? Y'all probably going, Dum Dugan, get rid of him. He's actually phenomenal. He's so good. Because once you get him there, he gets all these +1s on him. Especially if he exhausts 3 shield supports. And then he just demolishes as he needs to. So I like this ally a lot. Especially in a context where I get the chance to play him. So I am about to have an alarm go off on my phone, so bear with me on that. But bear with me on that. Bear. But I think this is a solid build here. Rhea Hill is going to bomb the fire out of Ebony Maw before he has a chance to even announce that Thanos is coming. So, let me know your thoughts. This is Leadership. Week 4. LEDT. I'll make it match the rest of them as well somewhere else. So, the last one didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So, or typed up the right way. So, but naming things is part of the deal. All right, guys. This is exciting. This is going to be the final week, which is wild to think about. This has been a fun journey of the LEDT. Be sure to keep an eye out for what's coming up next. And as always, my name is Jason Sketch. And next time, I'll be deadly serious next time.